Yes, you can achieve a college education right here in your own community. Harcum College's ACE program at the Deliverance Evangelistic Church offers associate degree programs that can help you land a good job and improve your quality of life.
I like Harcum and Debbie because I can continue my education.
The teachers are great. The atmosphere is great.
It's all possible through iLead and Harcum.
Call now or check out our Facebook page at Harcum College at Deliverance Evangelistic Church.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tasha Determined, the Queen of Weight Loss show on the PIC TV network. In today's video, I will be discussing the importance of walking. Walking is very beneficial in regards to weight loss and healthy living. Walking is effective, it builds cardio strength, and yes, you can lose weight by walking. During my 112-pound weight loss journey, I walked. I walked around my apartment complex 3 times a week for 30 minutes, and I did that for 2 weeks. Then I increased to walking 4 times a week for 30 minutes for 2 weeks. Then after the 2 weeks, I went to walking 6 times a week for 30 minutes. And yes, I lost weight by walking. Just remember, this is a marathon approach to losing weight and healthy living. This marathon approach is not a sprint, and it's also the micro approach. You take things one day at a time. So just start by walking. You'll be well on your way to achieving your weight loss goal and to keep the weight off for good. And we're about to get started with walking. So we're going to be doing some walking here in the park. I'm currently in a park, and let's start walking.
The CDC is recommending that all adults receive the COVID booster vaccine. And additionally, we are also recommending our patients who are pregnant to also receive the COVID booster vaccines. And for me, it's super important, not only as a healthcare provider, but because I'm also pregnant and want to make sure that my pregnancy is as safe as possible.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone. nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. David Evans from Washington, D.C. I'm so happy that you're tuning in to the PIC TV network. We have a special presentation here. We're going to beam this presentation into Australia. Can you believe it? We are going to come from Washington, D.C., where I am, to go all the way to Australia to have a special woman, a great author on today, an inspirational teacher. She is from Australia. Teresa, hello from Australia. Hello.
Hello, greetings from down under in Australia. Thank you.
Wow, I'm so happy, So in Washington, D.C., this is like a red eye. We have a late presentation. This is 11:22 p.m. at night in D.C. This is a late show. Now, what time is it over in Australia right now?
2:23 in the afternoon, and I'm here.
So it's daytime where you are, nighttime while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All the way from Australia. Hey, so let's get right into it. We want to welcome our audience who are watching from all over the world. You're watching the PIC TV network, a special spotlight all the way from Australia, from where we are in the United States to Australia. So we got to say hello to everybody who's watching from our international audience. Now, everybody who's watching, we want to say our prayers are to all of our brothers and sisters and Christians and everyone who's fighting for their life in the war. We haven't forgotten about you, and we pray that God will continue to keep you safe, and there will be peace coming to you real soon. So those who are watching from France, Colombia, Mexico, Germany, Panama, Peru, Ireland, Canada, Africa, Argentina, United States, and now we have to put in Australia. We had to put this one in. Australia, United States, and the rest of the world. We had to add you in to the big lineup with the countries because Australia is watching with us on the PIC TV network. This is big. So let's get right into this, Teresa. Tell us about why you love Australia. What's special about Australia? What you love about it?
Why I love Australia? There are many things I love about Australia. I currently live in the Gold Coast, a beautiful part in Queensland in Australia. I love the lifestyle. I love the beautiful weather, the people as well. There's so many different aspects. There's so many little hidden gems around Australia as well. So, a lot of culture, and it's just a lovely place to be. I mean, I'm excited too that, I'm beaming in from down under and speaking to you literally on the other side of the world. I've never been to America, so this is like my first opportunity to be there, this live streaming like this. Hopefully one day it's in person.
Oh, you will be here, and we got a lot of love. You got Dr. Sheila is coming on saying hello. She's from Alabama. You have DC here. Monique saying you're welcome to come to my house. Then we go all the way to Bridget from North Carolina saying, come on to my house. So you got a lot of love from the USA. So when you come here, you're not a stranger. These ladies on the team welcome you with all of this love to the United States. Let's talk about your book. Let's talk about what inspired you to write this book.
My book. So my new book is called The Invisible Blade. That has just been published last September. I self-published that on Amazon, and I've just recently published another version of it also on a couple more sites as well. I have also released the audiobook just a few weeks ago. The book is a very personal book. It's a very raw and real account of my life, my love story, basically, with my darling husband, who I tragically lost coming up 4 years now. So it's basically a tribute really to him as well, the beautiful love that we shared, and also going through that whole huge life experience. So it's me taking you on a journey through my eyes. So I actually take you back to where I met him, back in Fiji. At the time, I was also in New Zealand, because I was born in New Zealand before I even moved to Australia. So that's where I grew up. So I take you on a bit of a journey throughout that first part of the book, and obviously through the tragic loss, and how I've come through a lot of different challenges that I had to endure around that time as well. So it wasn't just the grief and loss, it was also my health journey as well, because my health was declining around that time. So I had basically started the whole mind, body, and soul transformation around that time. So for me, writing this book was basically to let people know as well that even when you go through some of these hard times and these huge life experiences, that there's always a way forward. You know, many people think that they are stuck and there's no way forward. My book basically is really about courage and about hope and inspiration to move forward as well in life. Yeah.
Wow. I love it. You're going to be back on our TV virtual book fair. It's a lot of love for you already in the United States. I keep looking at these comments coming on, Bridget saying some wonderful things and Monique saying some wonderful things. You got Fred coming in. It's a lot of love for you. Yeah, it's a lot of love for you in the United States. And we're going to be so happy when you come over and be with us. Now, we met in Clubhouse. And I'm so happy again for the opportunity for you to come on 10 hours. You on the other side of the world, 10 hours away from where we are today, and to be on. I couldn't just miss this opportunity to bring you on the Pick TV network, with that beautiful smile. Let's talk about some of the food, because I want to go to Australia. What can I eat? Is Outback's big over there, the Outback Steakhouse?
Yeah, definitely. There's all sorts of cuisine here. Beautiful seafood. Obviously, where I am, very close to, just going down to a place called the Spit, and you can get some fresh prawns and that straight off the trawlers as they come in every morning, nice and fresh off the boat. There's so many different things. It really depends on your individual taste and what you like. Many adventures, many places for you to visit. I know you spoke about the Outback. I personally haven't been right out to the Outback, but there's a lot of wildlife and some beautiful creatures and that around Australia. So it's definitely an experience, and it's definitely something you need to put on your bucket list as well. Let's come down here. We've got the Great Barrier Reef as well. The list is endless. So yeah, you do need to come down.
Yeah. So you talked about the weather there. You said there was a lot of rain, or because of the global warming. Let's talk about that. Talk about the seasonal changes there in the climate.
Well, where I am at the moment, I'm located in one of the warmer states in Queensland. So we're pretty lucky here. It's beautiful weather most of the year, really. When we talk about winter, it's not that cold. But for all of us who are acclimatized here, we love the warm weather. But unfortunately, at this time we're going through a weather event. So we've had some flooding in some parts of Queensland, and now in New South Wales as well. So that's what we're going through. But other than that, where I am, the weather is beautiful. We're looking at, on average at the moment, 20, 25, 26, 27 degrees is a normal day here. some days when we get the really muggy nights and the hot nights as well, the temperatures can be quite warm as well, but you get used to it. I mean, I love it. I love that I can wake up in the morning. The sun's up very early, especially through summer. We're looking at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun's out. If I'm down at the beach going for my morning walk at the beach, there's a hive of activity already. People are out enjoying the outdoors. And that's what I really love, like people just enjoying life. They're either out, if they're not walking or running, they're taking the animals for a walk, the dogs for a walk, or they're out on the boat, or they're jet skiing or surfing. So it's a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, I can't wait. I got some people. Miss Fink, she's from California. She's on our team, saying I can't wait to visit Australia. So you got some fans coming. I'll pick TV Network.
Tour guide. Let's go.
You got some people. And Bridget, they'll just come on out there. My team is ready to go. They're ready to hit the road. I'm just so happy. When we met, we hit it off pretty good. Let's talk about your family. You got to get some shouts out to the kids. They're going to be watching this in America. We're going to be watching this over in Australia. You got to give some shouts out to the kids.
Yeah, so I've got 3 boys. So I've got Caleb. He's here in the Gold Coast, and he has his business and so forth here. And I have Blake as my middle son. He's currently residing in Melbourne. And my youngest, he's 16 at the moment. He's out and about at the moment with his friends. So he's loving life, especially going through what my boys have gone through the past few years. I look at even my young one, because when he lost his dad, he had just started high school here. So he was only kind of 12 going on 13. So it was a huge loss for him, but just seeing his resilience and his strength coming through what we've gone through. And I won't give away too much of the book, because my book basically is quite recent, and it covers a few things that I've had to endure and go through, even through the pandemic as well. And as I've explained to you, it's part 1 of the sequel. So I basically kind of leave it up to a certain point. So there is more to come. But yeah, just looking at my young son and just the leaps and bounds that he's come through, I'm so very proud of them.
I'm just excited, when I hear you talking about the family and, talking about your love for Australia, and even remembering your husband. We have a person who, Bridget, can identify with you because she lost her husband not too long ago. And maybe I'll bring both of you guys on to encourage other women and families out there who's going through this process of love, and still there for the kids. This is beautiful. Yep. Look at that. There's nothing like a mother's love, so we got a lot of chats, loves coming in for you. And it's amazing when we can beam this in. This is big for our network. Pick TV Network, this is huge, because we are on in all of these countries around the world. And my prayer is now, Lord, let people come on more, the international, from Brazil, France, Colombia, Mexico, Germany. We met Dennis there, Panama, Peru, Canada. We have Burke there, Africa. We have Dennis there. We have another brother there, Argentina. Now we have Australia. I can check this one off. I can check off Australia because we have you over in Australia, and we can feel the love from the United States all the way to Australia, around the world. Let's talk about for a minute, COVID-19 and what's going on over there. Are you guys still wearing masks? Has anything changed over there in Australia with the pandemic?
There's been so many changes happening down here, and it went from one stage where there were the mandates and the restrictions everywhere, to basically you don't wear masks, you do wear masks. You know, it was kind of a bit up in the air with everything. So there are places where they're easing restrictions. They've opened our borders and so forth as well. So those restrictions have been eased for people coming in. Obviously, they've got the vaccinations and so forth as well in place. But where I am here in Queensland, like I said, people are, they obviously abide by, what they need to do. They are very careful, but a lot of people just really want to enjoy life and do life and not live in fear, basically. A lot of them love here to look after their health. So people understand the benefits of natural health and healing and nourishing your body with good food and so forth. And I know we spoke about that because that's something very dear to me, and something that I had to do throughout my journey is basically, reassess a lot of things in my life, because as I explained to you before, even through that period where I had suffered or had lost my darling husband, I let myself go. I really did. I just didn't care about me, and I had just really been doing life. Everything centered around just go to work, come home, start my other second job as a mum, and I didn't actually realize that I hadn't even put me anywhere in the picture. Everyone else mattered but me. And it wasn't until I had gone through that huge experience and started to encounter a few things with my health. And I had put on a lot of weight during that time as well. And I really didn't like the lady that was looking back at me in the mirror. But I just put on this big, I'll be okay. But really, I was suffering in silence. I was suffering in silence a lot. And that's why I really had to start getting me right. Because in order for my children to pull any sort of strength and courage from me, I needed to make sure I was right first.
Amazing. When I hear you, and I love your accent, first of all, because I can hear that beautiful accent and that beautiful smile. You have a smile that will light up the world, a smile that's full of love, and I just want to say, thank you. Thank you for coming on Pick TV Network. Thank you for your words of inspiration, your book, your Hello Briefcase. I know you're going to say something about Tasha, David, Tyree. It's a lot of people who you met in Clubhouse, and now Pick TV Network, we're taking it to another level, bringing you on live from Australia.
This is why this journey has been quite amazing, really, and mind-blowing, because, like I explained to you earlier, my book, I had started writing my book, but left it. And it wasn't until, I had sustained a work injury last year, and I will share that obviously as my story goes on, and I share more in my second part of my book. And I was basically left with, not full use of my body. So, I was facing spinal surgery at one stage, but I had to move forward and just complete this book and do everything. But meeting a lot of people on Clubhouse was amazing, because I was able to start piecing together, the completion of my book. And I refer to them as my earth angels as well in my book moving forward.
Yeah, I just like, when I hear you talking, it's just like there's so much in you. I see inspiration and education and, so much, so many beautiful things. And people keep commenting. These comments are coming in, people from America, they love you.
Oh, thank you.
You got a lot of love. Look at this. These are some of the folks Alabama coming on, because I can see, wow, self-care is so important. And, all these beautiful comments all the way from California, it's a lot of love for you.
I'm very humble, and I'm very taken back because it's just beautiful. Like for me, doing what I do, and as you know, my brand is Purely Inspired, and when I founded Purely Inspired 4 years ago, after the loss of my husband, it was basically me being able to share messages of kindness, love, and inspiration, and also compassion, because there were a few things that I endured during that time, and I really had to dig deep. I really had to find that courage to move forward, because there were a whole lot of different things that were coming my way, and I just needed to continue life. And doing what I did, I always think back, because my husband loved life. He was basically the guy everyone loved. You'd come and have dinner at home. You'd make sure you were content with the beverage or a cold beer or something. Music was always vibing at home, and him and I just loved seeing people happy. And he would have been the first person to tell me to basically keep going, honey. He says, you've got this. And that's, when I founded Purely Inspired and I started sharing a little bit about my story, I started initially sharing my weight loss journey, where I lost 26.5 kilos, and, done that with the gut health program. But moving forward, I started to let myself go and get back into the same old thing. And after having that injury and being faced with possible spinal surgery last year, I knew that I really had to get this all together. So like I shared with you earlier, from July to now, I released 30 kilos. So I don't know what that converts to in pounds. It's 60 something pounds, but it has been a whole journey of natural healing, getting my body to heal naturally, and just basically educating myself and really understanding what good nutrients need to go in my body. And for me, I've got so much life in me. I've got so much to give, so much to share. And like I said, I just love helping people. I love being around people and sharing what I can share. And I just hope my messages of inspiration and love and kindness is just spread more in this world, because there's such a divide, and I've said this before in other interviews, there's such a divide in society with different events, different things that have occurred through history. And when people really need to sit back and think about it and just be kind, because really kindness does matter, and it goes a long way. And for a lot of people that are going through the hard times with whatever, be it their grief, loss, or relationships, or whatever it may be that they're encountering, just know that there's always a way forward, and there's always someone there, someone there just to hold your hand. I write about it in my book, that when people go through these times, they're not actually after a hand out, they're actually after a hand up. And there's two significant differences with that. A hand up is basically someone here to just be there. Be that simple person and tell you that it's going to be okay. Because when you go through those dark times, that's when you see who actually has your back, and who's going to be your lighthouse, and who's going to be that shining light for you. Because just know that through those hard times, you will get there. Sometimes it may be a bit slow, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Always light at the tunnel.
I love it. I love when you're speaking. Folks, we're watching a special presentation all the way from Australia. My name is David Evans, and we're beaming this from Washington, D.C., all the way to Australia. This is huge for our network. Teresa, we're looking for a manager in Australia, so we might have a connection over here for Big TV Network for a manager in Australia. Somebody got to manage Australia for us. So we may have to talk about you getting on and representing Big TV Network over in Australia.
That'd be huge. I'd be honored. I really would be, just to get it out there. Like, just sharing messages and sharing the love down here. especially going through what everyone's gone through. This is the time. People need to reach out, and people need to be there for one another. They really do, and just be that support person. And you've heard it in Clubhouse, and we share it all the time. Collaboration is the new competition. And the lovely David Jones from Hello LLC and Tara, who I know very well, usually share that one. And they have been wonderful throughout my journey, as well as some other beautiful people that I've met from around the world, in the USA, the UK. You will hear a gentleman I refer to in my podcast, and I did an interview with him called The Rainbow Warrior. Very, very unique gentleman, very gifted. And I did a very unique process with him last year. And that, for me, was the missing link to what I needed to do moving forward. And that really catapulted me into, obviously, my healing journey, where I started off with the natural fasting and all the other good nutrition going into my body. I was feeling fantastic. I've done all the different fad diets and everything throughout my life, who hasn't? And just being able to do this and seeing the changes in myself, what was phenomenal. And, completing my book, like I told you, self-published my book. And then I was like, okay, I've done that. Let's tackle the next thing. So I was tackling, obviously, the audio book version and done that. So I was pretty excited, but it was just meeting all these wonderful people, and bringing technology and marrying them up and taking this network global it's been like magic, really. It really has. And I love it.
Wow. Yeah, we're going to take a commercial break. Everybody watching a special interview. Spotlight, we beaming this from Washington, D.C. all the way to Australia. Folks, this is big for the PIC TV network. All of our partners and business managers are popping in from around the country, seeing how we love Teresa. We surrounding her with so much love from here. And I just got another one saying, Teresa, you rock. I hear you. Alabama saying you rock. But we're going to have a commercial break. We'll come back with some more with Teresa. Don't touch that dial. Don't go to sleep, because it's 10 hours. They're 10 hours ahead of us over there. So it's daytime over in Australia, where it's nighttime over in D.C. But we're going to all get together real soon. Let's go to this commercial, folks. And tell somebody to chat in. PIC TV Network. We get beaming it in from Washington, D.C. to Australia live.
Yes, you can achieve a college education right here in your own community. Harcum College's ACE program at the Deliverance Evangelistic Church offers associate degree programs that can help you land a good job and improve your quality of life.
I like Harcum and Debbie because I can continue my education.
The teachers are great. The atmosphere is great.
It's all possible through iLead and Harcum.
Call now or check out our Facebook page at Harcum College at Deliverance Evangelistic Church.
The CDC is recommending that all adults receive the COVID booster vaccine. And additionally, we are also recommending our patients who are pregnant to also receive the COVID booster vaccines. And for me, it's super important, not only as a healthcare provider, but because I'm also pregnant and want to make sure that my pregnancy is as safe as possible.
is he?
Say 10 months.
10 months, and he's got Pick TV at 10 months old. Look at that. That's our brand new member of the Pick TV network, folks. He is so happy.
He is a good happy baby.
Wow. Go Pick TV. Hey, little man, what's your new TV network you're going to be watching?
Pick TV.
There you go. Everybody, we're back here live, Pick TV Network Spotlight. We're beaming it all the way from Washington, D.C. to Australia. I'm so happy tonight. Where we are is nighttime. Where she is daytime. And God is getting glory at night and day. Somebody's thanking God and praying and giving God praise all around the clock, you know. So I'm amazed to when you're on tonight, talk about your podcast. How can we watch your podcast? Matter of fact, I think I'll be coming on your podcast soon. Yeah. So I think I'm going to be happy about coming on in Australia.
Well, my podcast is, I've literally just launched it. It's been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And it was just a matter of me piecing it all together. So I launched a few days ago, really. And my first interview was with Rainbow Warrior in the UK. So it's streaming now on Spotify and a few, Google, I think it is. There's a few sites there and Anchor. So that's there. I'm excited to be interviewing you, David. So that's going to be quite fun. And basically, my podcast is really about bringing it right back to the people and be the voice of some of those stories that are never heard, people who never really get to tell their story. And this is a chance for me to connect with them, have a one-on-one with them, and it's really about them, you know, sharing their stories, sharing their messages as well. If they want to talk about some of their life experiences that they've gone through, they will be doing that as well, and how they've got through those. So it's really sharing a lot of messages too of courage and inspiration and hope, and for people just to tune in and connect because they may be going through something very similar. And, you know, we all know everyone has a story, and every story does matter. You know, your story does matter, and your story does become your glory, and it also is someone else's survival guide. Really.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit before we close this broadcast. Over in Australia, Christianity. Do you have a lot of Christians there who church and ministry, and can you talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, it's obviously throughout here, Australia. You know, it's a very multicultural society. I only moved to Australia in 2008. I am originally from New Zealand. So, so I was born in New Zealand, grew up in New Zealand, you know, spent most of my life there. It was only after I met my husband overseas. So in my book, as I said earlier, it's my love story, my overseas romance. And then I moved to Australia. But in both countries, it's very diverse. It's a very multicultural country. And obviously Christianity is there. People have their own beliefs and so forth. So, yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. You know, I'm a man of faith because I might be looking for a church when I come out there. I like to praise the Lord wherever I go, you know. So, yeah, I like to, you know, get my praise on while I'm over in Australia. Now, again, you talked about the crocodiles, the alligators. you told me some areas I don't want to go into because it's real. It's not enough of TV. This is real, right?
Yeah, they are very real. They are very real. There's many places you can go. Obviously, if you're going to go to the outback and you're going to go Northern Territory and so forth, you'll see some decent sized ones there. But you want to see some decent sized crocodiles, you'll come to Australia. There's some wonderful places like the Australia Zoo and so forth, where they are as well. But it's an experience. You're going to have to come down here and experience it yourself. You'll probably be amazed, because not just crocodiles, we have many other wildlife as well. We've got our kangaroos, we've got the koalas, we've got the wombats, the snakes and the spiders. They're all down here as well.
Wow. So what about the holidays? You guys celebrate holidays like we do New Year's, we have special holidays throughout the year, 4th of July. What is the big holiday over there with you guys?
Yeah, so we definitely do in Australia. We have Australia Day. We have obviously Easter's and Christmas. We've a big down here as well. So we do that. We don't have Thanksgiving. That's not celebrated here like you all. And, there are a few other, special holidays that we have down here. But just the main ones we celebrate in that as well. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this is amazing. I just I love the information you're sharing to the United States, because again, many of us never been to Australia, but through talking to you, we feel like we're there. I want you to take some pictures to be on our travel channel. We have 60 channels on the Pick TV network, so you being our new business manager there, so we got to put you to work over there. So you got to take a lot of pictures, to our travel channel. Give us some beautiful sites there, and I guess you've never seen snow before, have you? You never seen snow?
No, I've driven past, but that's the big thing for me. I'd love to enjoy a white Christmas. I really would, because our Christmas here is hot. So everyone's, they've got their traditional Christmas dinners and so forth. Sometimes some families, like I was down at the beach on Christmas Day with my younger son, and, families bringing out the barbecues and having the gazebos up and having a beach Christmas Day, which is totally different. And here's someone like me, we see all the movies in America and all the beautiful decorations, and it would be amazing just to have a white Christmas. And I said, that's one thing I want to do, is have a white Christmas. Yeah. I just smile.
Oh, yeah. If you come to DC, around December, you got some cold.
I might complain about the cold, but I'd probably adjust just because I'm in the snow. Yeah.
I tell you what we'll do. I'm going to come over to Australia. I'll bring my wife and my son, Stephen and Amos. We'll come over there, and you come over here. You come to America. We'll go to Australia. We'll trade places. How's that?
All right. Okay.
Hey, folks, we're having a good time here on the Pick TV Network Spotlight, a special presentation. We're beaming it again all the way from Washington, D.C. to Australia. For those who are watching, Pick TV Network is on the move with 60 channels. And I didn't know that this queen would be on. And, we would birth having a Pick TV Network business manager in Australia. I didn't know. She said, I'm going to do it. I'll love to work with Pick TV Network. So we're growing. And we want you guys to grow with us. She'll be back on our book fair, our TV virtual book fair. She'll be representing Australia, talking about her book on our book fair. And we want you guys to be a part of what we're doing. All of the comments that came in tonight, amazing. I mean, when I look at these comments, Teresa, from all the way down to Alabama, to North Carolina, all the way to California. And I'm seeing where all of these wonderful people, the Washington, D.C. popping in, giving you a lot of love. Texas coming in, Atlanta coming in. It's amazing. People love you here in the States.
Thank you. I'm really humbled. I really appreciate the love. It does mean a lot to me, and I'm honored to have this opportunity to be here talking to you and live streaming. It's like I've said before, it's mind blowing actually that this has all come to fruition, and this is it. You know.
Yeah, it's a brand new day, and for us to be able to communicate and bring our shows and programs over to Australia it's a dream come true for somebody like for me, Pick TV Network. We had new bragging rights now. We have Australia on. This is really, really amazing, and I want to thank you. And I can't wait to bring you back on part 2. And maybe we'll have some more chatting, and we'll let the audience come in. And maybe we'll bring some of our audience live to come on with us. We'll bring them in live, and we let them talk with you. So,
that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So any more? This is our closing comments. Any more shouts out? You want to give any more shouts out? Any sisters? Any brothers? Anybody want to give a shout out to who's gonna be watching this? Because we're gonna send you this link, and you can send it all over Australia. Once we're over, you can put it everywhere you want to.
Basically, I really want to say thank you for all the love and kindness that has been shared today and throughout this journey from me, starting this whole journey, writing this book to where it's at now. There have been some amazing people who have come into my life, and I am just so grateful. My heart is so full of love and gratitude, and I really wanted to do a big shout out to David and Tara in Texas for all of their support and the love and kindness throughout this journey. Alan Greer, who is known as the Rainbow Warrior, who has been an amazing soul throughout this journey as well. Close to home here, obviously, my kids and Jeff. I've got to mention Jeff, my darling hairdresser. He's mentioned in the book as well. He's a very dear soul and someone who has been there for me throughout this journey. And I have a close friend in New Zealand as well who's been there. So there's just been an outpouring of love. And, part of this journey too, I didn't have the support. I literally didn't. And you'll read it in my book. And this is where I spoke about having to dig deep to do this on my own. Because at the end of the day, the only one was me. And I had to do this. And I took inspired action and I just went with it. I followed my heart. I followed my intuition. And it's all come to fruition. Obviously, a big shout out to you, David, and your team. I mean, this is a blessing for me, being able to be here, share my book, share part of my story with you. I am so humbly grateful for this opportunity. So thank you. And also all the other beautiful Earth Angels who I've met through the Hello team, Tasha Determined, Maya, Miranda Deal, all of them who are always there, Suchita in India. I've got a beautiful friend, Tia in Malaysia. They are always there offering support and kindness. So a big thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, wow. This is amazing. I can't wait to part 2. We come on again. We had to beam the spotlight to you and again to everybody been watching the broadcast from Texas, to Alabama, to South Carolina. Everybody's coming on from Washington, D.C., all over the world, been watching Pick TV Network, riding with us. You made it to the end of this broadcast. Now stay tuned, for we got more to come. This is not the last time we're going to have this queen on, all the way from Australia. She'll be back again and again. Hey, thank you for your time, everybody. Let's wave from Australia.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll see you next time on the Pick TV Network, your network. Bye-bye.
Yes, you can achieve a college education right here in your own community. Harcum College's ACE program at the Deliverance Evangelistic Church offers associate degree programs that can help you land a good job and improve your quality of life.
I like Harcum and Debbie because I can continue my education.
The teachers are great. The atmosphere is great.
It's all possible through Eileen and Harcum.
Call now or check out our Facebook page at Harcum College at Deliverance Evangelistic Church.
Hey, you know what? These aliens are trying to get us. Pick TV Network it's already got them. Because we on in this spaceship, folks. Pick TV Network. Yeah, they thought they had us, but we are on 60 channels on Roku, the Pick TV Network. This is David Evans, your president. Hey, ain't no stopping us now. We taking this thing to a new place. Let's go to the metaverse. Let's go to any verse. Let's go to cyber world. Pick TV Network. Let's do it.
In your lovely face. around.